Hey guys, welcome to Confessions from a Red Couch. I am Janae, your host, and this is a podcast all about improving the relationship with yourself so you don't take your trash to others, because nobody wants your unresolved issues or trash, like I like to call them. I am excited because I have a wonderful guest on today, and I'm going to let her introduce herself because she is I love that I'm on this purpose type train. I love it. And now that we're on, and it's kind of different because we are in the moment of the COVID-19. And so we have time to think about our purpose. And so my guest today, she is going to talk about this purpose, this thing we call purpose. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hey, Miss Janae. Hey to the Red Couch family. My name is Tanya J. Miller, and just a little inside thing. My middle name is her first name,
Yes, it
but
is.
it's
There it
Tanya J.
is.
Miller. Talking with Tanya, TJMLLC, and basically, I'm an author, speaker, coach, and strategist. I help you to figure out how to fit the puzzle pieces of life together so you can do life right and you can do it well. And I do that so that you can figure out how to do life and leadership
Right.
unapologetically on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, because it's necessary. Like I said, especially we'll get into it during confession time, but child, we ain't got nothing but time at the moment. Nothing but time. And I know people are just going crazy right now, but we'll get into that during confession time. So I like to start the show off with a dating tip. I'm married, you're married, and so I'm not no longer in the dating world, thank God. I don't want to go back there ever again. It
I
was
don't know
so,
how I would fare. It's been a minute. I've been
yeah.
out the game like 18 years.
Let me tell you, if I had to go back and do it, I wouldn't do it. I'd just be single. Like before I met my husband, I was really like the purpose was to just stay single for the rest of my life. I was good. I was good on it all. But
But
anyways,
see, well, you know what? You giving a tip right there. You don't even know it.
I know, I
Doing
know.
you,
I've talked about that a couple of
listen,
times. Like people are like,
listen.
"What happened, girl?" I know I
Yeah.
was good with where I was at. That's what
Come
happened.
on. That's a whole tip. Doing
That's
you, being
that's
good with yourself,
right.
making your own life goals, happiness. You just
Yeah,
do you, and he come alongside and just be like,
yeah.
"Oh,
You'd
I
be like, "Where
see
you
you."
come from?"
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
hey.
So I gave y'all a tip before her tip. So let's go. Let's
There it
go,
is.
Miss
All
Janae.
right. That was a good one, though. That was good. All right. So the dating tip this week is to keep the conversation fun, especially like during the first couple of dates. You are getting to know a person, not their pockets. That's what I like to say.
I'm done. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's fine. It's good. I like all of that. You are getting to know the person. So, you want to keep I just feel like sometimes we start diving into the deep stuff a little too fast at times. I don't know if you agree with that.
I think, like,
Mm-hmm.
especially the older you get, like,
Mm-hmm.
you start thinking you on a time and a clock and all of that. But,
Right.
you know, I'm not saying just don't take the date seriously, but don't
Right.
be so serious that like you scared the bro off. Like he
Right.
like she thought she was talking about marriage day one. Like,
Right.
woo,
Yeah.
pump your
She
brakes. So,
she asking
you
about how many
know,
kids I want. Like first date.
yeah,
Like, hey,
yeah.
how are you? How many kids do you want? No. Hold on.
And it's a way that you can still date with
Mm-hmm.
purpose and
Mm-hmm.
ask certain things to kind of
Mm-hmm.
get to know a person and their
Right.
character, kind of how they be playing you when you do them interviews for them
Right.
jobs, you
Yeah.
know not the ones where they be tell me a time, but they just kind of hit you with something, with a
Mm-hmm.
question, and then
Yeah.
they gauging how you respond, and
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
a better way to
kind of
do it other
kind of
than
be able to be purposeful, but
be
not a
purposeful but
whole,
not,
a
yeah,
whole yeah.
child, child, child. Because if you do find a person you're gonna be with for the rest of your life, you don't want them to, I don't know, like you have to know how to have fun with them. But
Hmm.
because you're gonna be with, like, I just got married last year, so we just
Okay.
celebrated our 1 year anniversary. But if he
Happy
didn't have a
anniversary.
sense of, yeah, thank you. But if he didn't have a sense of humor, baby, we couldn't be together because I'm a fool sometimes. you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you
yeah.
gotta laugh together. And if you know, all of your conversations are of how can we fix world hunger.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm just
Woo!
saying, like
She's
but
like,
it's
we not only dating with purpose, like we have to talk. We have
right.
to every single moment.
Every
No, we
every
don't.
single
Uh-uh.
conversation has to
Stop
be,
being so extra. Stop being
yeah,
so
don't do
extra.
that. Don't
Uh-uh.
do it.
Uh-uh. Uh,
Don't do that. Learn. You gotta learn how to laugh with each other and let the conversation flow really good.
absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I
All
agree.
right. All right.
Have
So yeah.
fun.
So yeah. I hope y'all got that dating tip. We gave y'all two for the price of one today. So just saying.
Exactly. We
we
did.
got we got
We
in it.
did.
All right, so let's get into the whole confession time. Let's have a seat on the red couch. Let's get into this, this goodness. And so today's, I wanted to talk about, dealing with burnout in life.
Mhm.
Sometimes we get to a point where stuff is just too much, it's too redundant. We get tired of it. It's not fulfilling anymore. And that's where your specialty comes in, because, you talk about living life and even being in leadership on, and that being on purpose, living
Mhm.
purposeful life. So give the people like a description. What would you see like living a purposeful life, a purpose filled life on purpose? What is that to you?
Um, definitely, genuineness, realness, wholeness.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know what when you said it, the first thing came to mind is kind of that North Star. Like you know, no matter what may happen or what may
Mm-hmm.
go on, you still know that you're still on the right path. You're still
Right.
going forward.
Right.
You're still in where you're supposed to be, even if you don't feel like it at the
Mm-hmm.
time. And
Mm-hmm.
so you make you make decisions, you make effort, you do things to get you to accomplishing that. And,
Right.
it's not something, sometimes it's not something that you see everything happen overnight,
Mm-hmm.
no, but you continuously put forth that effort. You
Right.
make your mind up, you
Right.
make that decision that I'm going to do life unapologetically. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
be real to myself. I'm going to be real
Mm-hmm.
to the purpose that's in me. I'm going to be real to the call, the assignment, the truth of who I am and
Right.
what I know I'm supposed to be doing and
Right.
how I'm supposed to be. I'm not going to put on a mask for others.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I'm not
Right.
going to, you know, do things because that's what everybody else says,
Right.
because
Yeah.
that's a lot of times what we do these days, and it's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's really unnecessary because you get tired doing that. You get tired running somebody else's race.
Right. Right. And I like how you said that, putting on a mask every day, and
Yeah.
you're not being your true self, because you're trying to put on this person that pleases everybody else, and you don't even like it. Like, you're looking at it like, what am I doing every day?
Mhm.
Every day I'm putting on this face, every day I'm putting on this act, every day I'm doing this to please others, and I go home empty. At the end of the day, I'm empty, I'm not fulfilled, I'm tired, I'm frustrated. I'm
Yeah.
frustrated. I'm over it. And I think that's what leads to, like you said, to burnout. Like, you just
Yes.
get over not living your purpose, not being the person who God wants you to be. Like, you just start like existing. And that's horrible when you just existing. Like,
It- yeah, like sometimes you even, have that out of body experience. Like you
mm-hmm,
seeing yourself going through the motions, but you're not really there.
exactly.
You're seeing yourself, that you're in the house and you're staying in the house on
Mm-hmm.
purpose, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's not because we in a pandemic. You just on
Right.
isolation mode, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're pulling away, you're not doing the things that you loved, and
Right.
so you tired, and but
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to wait till you get to the point of exhaustion and burnout, and you can't go no more. Take them rest beforehand, take
Right.
a moment, take a breather, and sit,
Yeah.
take it, but
Yeah.
take it without being forced to it. And unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times that's what happens. we
Right.
we don't see it until it's too late.
It's too late. That's right. And you saying that is getting me into my next point. I think right now in this reality that we're living in with this whole stay at home, like work from home, stay from home, be around your family. Like we are now starting to, I think a lot of people are starting to face themselves. Like they have to really see their real reality. Like, is what I'm doing really what I want to do? Is it sounds bad, but I think, and a lot of people, you sit down, you're working from home, you're looking at TV, doing all this stuff, and it's like, do I really like this? Do I even, do I even like watching these TV shows that I'm watching? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I went outside, y'all. Don't fuss at me.
You are right.
I went to the grocery store, and as I was driving, what really came to mind with it is that just the whole thing, like it really just dropped in my spirit that more than anything, I think this time that is happening for us is time that many have needed, many have wanted, many have even had asked for, but nobody would allow it. Nobody would give it to them. Nobody would do it.
Right.
And so, it's an opportunity and a time to, take a whole moment. Yeah, even if you're still working from home, you're doing it every day. You're not having to deal
Same
with the
routine.
traffic and all of those different things. And it's a whole different thing when you ain't got Johnny over there, y'all in your business co-signing from the next cubicle. It's a different situation.
It is.
When you ain't got, the folks over there and you hear all of the gossip and tea, because that's what they do all day.
That's it. That's all they do.
It's different. And so I just really was like, I really feel like this time, if people maximize it and if they really see it, this is the pause button. This is the opportunity. Well, you was already either at burnout or on the brink of it, and God was like, "I'm about to give all y'all a pause, a whole pause.
Everybody on timeout.
Y'all worried and frustrated that y'all might get sick, but listen, you can
everybody
still pause.
On timeout. Everybody grounded.
Pause for the cause.
And you can sit down.
Yeah, because like literally everybody, and some people like, I want to throw the whole 2020 away and and I'm like, listen, you might need this to even look to change. I was talking about this week on my Talk with Tanya post. I was like, no, you might have needed this because you might have needed to pivot. You might have needed to adjust. You might have needed to move and zig and zag and bob and weave. And this is your opportunity to take a strategic break and see if your game plan was really the right path or if you need to go a different direction. So this can be purposeful if we allow it. It can be good in a lot of areas. And even for those that unfortunately are being affected, as it relates to layoffs or financial hardships. Listen, I understand. I'm the testimony that I share often. Got permission.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
My husband and I during the last recession, we had just got married. And that was 2007. We had just got married. I had just moved across this country and to move there, and we literally, between the both of us, we were laid off or unemployed 6 times in 7 years. So we was in the pit, whole pit. So I understand the financial hardship.
Exactly.
I'm not just talking to y'all to say it like I don't understand it, but know that there's another side to this. Because the one thing I can tell anybody, and I tell them to this day, that even though we took a whole bunch of L's, all the L's have got us to our wins where we are today. So don't think that L that you got, from a layoff or from, not getting paid for this 2 weeks or that 2 weeks, that it was all for naught. There's a whole different situation going on, and it's gonna come out and it's gonna work for your good.
Yep. And I like to say that desperation sometimes brings like that thing out of us, that purpose out of us that we need.
Resilience.
Like, yeah, that
Yeah. Yeah.
resiliency, like it makes you like
Yeah.
start looking at, well, dang, what are my other talents?
Sure.
I know I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and
Man.
you start doing that,
You
and it's
start
like,
pulling on the stuff that you forgot was there because you
right,
have been so comfortable.
right, comfortable doing other
Comfortable.
things, because
Yeah.
and when you get comfortable, that also leads to burnout because you're doing the same comfortable routine,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do it with your eyes closed,
Yes.
and it gets boring,
Yes.
and you get tired.
Why I
Yeah,
feel like Janae over here testifying, y'all.
hey, I can. I believe me, believe me, believe me.
I hear
It's a
you.
lot of things I did between last year and this year now. Like I started this podcast and I really wasn't trying to be like out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
I had a blog and I was like, okay, the blog's good. I don't need nothing else. And then my
Mm-hmm.
husband was like, no, you need to do a podcast. I was like, no, I don't. No, I don't. For what? Like, I'm good. And then, and then I got to a place where, because by trade, I'm a teacher and I was like a high school track coach. I was coaching
Okay.
too. And so um, I could coach, let me tell you, out of the 12 years I was coaching, it was 11 years. Out of 11 years of coaching, I went to state. I took somebody to state that I coached like 9 out of those 11 years. And that's crazy, for anybody to say that as a track coach. And I'm not talking about little school, like big school. And so to say that, I could coach with my eyes closed. And then, but
Mm.
it was getting redundant, it was
Mm-hmm.
getting like,
It was
I'm
time to go to
tired of
the
doing
next
this. Yeah.
level
Yeah.
to
I'm
pull
tired of
something
doing
different
this.
out.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I love my girls, but I don't like the rest of this stuff. Like I'm tired of it. And when he came
Mm-hmm.
along, he was like, so why are you still doing it? And I was like, because it's comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you start have to answer these questions that people
Yeah.
are like, but you good at it. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Sometimes the things that we're good at doesn't
Right.
necessarily mean that that's the thing that we should be
That's
doing
not
it.
that's not the thing for us. So I know
Because
exactly what it feels like.
people can label us and keep us in things
Mm-hmm.
because we good at it
Yep.
because they want us to do it and it fulfills their needs, but it doesn't necessarily always fulfill our
It
own. And
don't feel
so
our
you
own.
got to get past that comfort zone as
Mm-hmm.
well. Like you said, part of burnout is comfort zone, and so
Yep.
you got to get past them limits of being comfortable and be
Mm-hmm.
willing to stretch yourself. I have a
Yeah.
message button that says you got to stretch for it, and
Yeah.
that's the truth. Like sometimes it's uncomfortable, but if
Mm-hmm.
you want something different, the saying, if you want something different, you got to do something
You got to
different.
do
So
something different.
if you want to get to purpose, I'm gonna need y'all to stretch for
Right.
it,
You got
y'all.
to stretch. All right. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what are some steps that we can do to start turning our lives around from burnout to purpose? What are some steps that you think we could take?
First, definitely, like I said, right now, take the opportunity to pause and just kind of sit with yourself because
Mm-hmm.
so many times and so often we're running
Mm-hmm.
and we never just sit in the stillness of who we are and what we have going on. And
Right.
so that's the first thing I would, ask you to do is just sit with yourself for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
get to know you again because half the time you forgot you doing what everybody else said, you being what
Yep.
everybody else want,
Yep.
and you fulfilling all they needs, but you forgot
Mm-hmm.
who you were. And
Yep.
I get that a lot, with clients that are wives, that are moms, that are
Oh yeah,
responsible
definitely.
for so many others, and they
Right.
forget about themselves. And so
Mm-hmm.
sit with yourself again so you can recognize who you are,
Right. Figure
and
out who
then
you are.
yeah, and so once you start sitting with in the stillness of that and getting to know and recognize who you are again, then ask yourself, you know, what makes you you? What makes you
Right.
happy? What are some of the things that you do that you do just because you do it because it's fun to you. You enjoy
Right.
it, you like it. Because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times people make purpose out to be this big, hard, difficult thing to find when
It's
it's
not.
not something that you have to find. You just have to look inward. You have to look into you. And what
Right.
makes it hard is because sometimes looking into you is something people don't want to do because they're
They don't.
afraid of.
And
But that's where the answer is.
that's true. And sometimes we don't want to have to face the whole truth of the matter because truth of the matter is sometimes you're not as grand as you make yourself seem to be, and you start to look at your flaws, along with looking at your great things. You have to look at your
Mhm.
flaws and those things that make you imperfect. And and a lot of people don't like to do that. Me.
Yeah,
Like
the
me, I was one of them. Me.
Well, see, like, I guess,
Hmm.
and it's crazy. I talked a little bit about it in my book, Things My Mama Said, but there's another one that's going to come out. Not, there's
Hmm.
another Things My Mama Said that's going to come out, but there's
Right.
another book that I have that actually was the book I was planning to write before I even
Hmm.
did Things My Mama Said. But talking about flowing with your flaws. I had did a post about it years ago. Like, I had
Right.
did a whole series, but it's basically something that my mom taught us, and that's probably why I am able to look at me and I'm good with me no matter what I see, the good, bad, and the indifferent, because
Hmm.
she basically taught us to flow with your flaws. Like, that's a part of who you are.
Right.
You own them, you know them, you good. Yes,
Right.
they may not be the best of you, but they still are you.
Hmm.
And when
You're
you
who
can
you
figure
are.
that out and you know that it won't be able to be used against you as a
Sure
you versus
can.
you or anybody else to use it
Yep.
against you. And so I think a lot of times, like you said, people don't want to face that. But if you
Hmm.
realize that that's the best thing you can do is to know yourself, to
Yep.
know all of you, the good, bad, the ugly, the flaws,
Life's
the
so much
everything is
different.
great.
Yeah.
You just flow because
Yep.
that's a part of who you are.
Yep. It is.
Okay, that's it.
This is me, and this
Yeah.
is who I am. you know. Yeah, that's really good. Really good. All right. So, what are some words that you would leave my confession family with? What are some words that you would, but let me say this before we start, because I like to explain the segment. It's always funny to me. So I call this hashtag, because this is a teacher thing we do, hashtag, because it forms a hashtag. It's a
Uh-huh.
teacher thing. Hashtag lessons learned. So this is like, I started this out with like wisdom, words of wisdom that people before us used to leave that connected with
Mm.
the message. But now I want to just hear like what you have to say. So what are words to live by? What are lessons learned that you want to leave with the audience?
You know, I kind of, said the one just now, flow with your flaws. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a part of who you are. Don't make it like it's kryptonite. No, it's
Right.
not. It's actually your superpower, because when you can see that, you can see the whole complete you. And that's
Right.
where it's going to get you to that, like I said, that stillness, that oneness, and recognizing who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the second thing I would say is, there's nothing wrong with being unapologetically you.
Sure isn't.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we put ourselves against what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is seeing. Whether
Mm-hmm.
you're a business owner, whether you work for somebody, whether
Mm-hmm.
you're a wife or mother, like, we always gauging ourselves against
Yeah.
somebody else. But the reality is there is nothing wrong at all with
Mm-mm.
being unapologetically who you are. That's how
True.
you was made.
True.
That's your Dana, as I say.
True.
That's who
Yeah.
you
That's
are.
so.
So
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Uh,
That's you.
and the last thing I would say, as it relates to purpose, is leave it all here. The late Dr. Malcolm Rowe had a very infamous saying that he would say is to die empty.
Mm-hmm.
Leave this world empty, go to the graveyard and disappoint the cemetery.
Right.
And so that advice I would say is, leave it all here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't not yet don't not take advantage of the opportunity
Right.
to use everything that's in
Mm-hmm.
you, because that's why
Mm-hmm.
you were created.
Right.
That's why you're
That's
here.
true.
You
That's
know,
true.
that's
Yep.
why you're here. Like, period. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
you not recognizing it, you not utilizing it, you not walking in the authority and who that is. Like, you disappointing your own self, and
Truth.
you
Yeah.
mistreating you,
Truth. Yeah.
and you're not living your whole true authentic life. So
Mm-hmm.
leave all of it here,
Leave
because
it
you
here.
were meant to leave it here. You were
That's
supposed
true.
to make your mark, your impact, and your
Mm-hmm.
imprint. You
That's
were
true.
supposed to. You were
Yeah.
supposed to be here.
That's good. I remember I used to listen to Les Brown in the mornings, like his pep talks and everything. And that's one thing that he said. He said, "How how crazy, how sad would it be on your deathbed that all your dreams that you never fulfilled, or you never acted on, or your purpose that you never acted on, they were all around the bed, all around your deathbed with you. He's like, and
Mm.
that's all the things that you could have done to help others or help yourself or just build a better life for yourself. They're all gonna die with you. How sad is that your purpose dies with
We
you because
can't
you
do that.
didn't act on it?
Y'all, we can't do that. We can't.
Mm-mm.
We
Woo.
got to leave it all
Yeah,
here
yeah. That's why
on
I'm doing.
purpose.
Like that's why I be, like, doing this podcast just on purpose. I guess no, it's a purpose. Some days I'm like, why, and then other days I'm like, go. And more so now, it's more just go than asking why, because
Hmm.
why it helps people. People understand that you're not alone feeling the way you feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity that your voice, that your impact, that your
Hmm.
relationships that you come into contact with are going to reach people that others may not. And so when you
Right.
water, another person has the opportunity to sow, to plant, to spread some sunshine and some
Truth.
sunlight. So everybody
Truth.
has their part, and you just
Yeah.
you doing your part on your red couch, and
Trying.
you doing
And
your thing,
and girl,
talking
you
and
hold
giving
on,
them what
you
they
doing
got.
yours too. Look, you doing yours too. And I love it. I mean, I love it. I love it when I meet other people who are fulfilling their purpose, because we need more of us out there in the world. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Now, I
Absolutely.
want you to tell all the people, because this is your time to just brag about yourself. Yes,
Okay.
this is your time. We closing out, so don't be like, oh, you can't be shy. Because what I
Okay.
want people to do is I want my people to buy your things and like your
Okay.
things and subscribe to your
Absolutely.
things. And so that's what I do. This is what the platform's for, to help others. So you get to brag
Absolutely.
about yourself and talk about your things and where to find your things and all that other good stuff.
All right. So I am on social media under Talking with Tanya. So you'll find me under Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Hmm.
My website is and basically Monday through Friday, you'll see me on there providing motivation, inspiration, and encouragement.
Hmm.
And of course, it's 7 days a week, but you'll get like a blog of that during the
Gotcha.
week. Um, then my website is Tanya J. Miller. So that's TANYA, jmiller.com. All of my links are on the website as well. But
Hmm.
if you go on there and you'll have there's information about coaching, if you want to have me speaking,
Right.
MC
Hmm.
interviews, come on your podcast, hey,
Yep.
check me out. I'm booking 2020.
Hey,
We
hey,
virtual, we
I
we,
feel
we
you.
making it
We're all
work, we
virtual.
making it
We're
work.
making it work right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. um but also I have a store myself that's called shop.tanyajmiller.com. And
Okay.
so online, that's where you can get my books, my journals. You can
Mhm.
also get my message merch. You heard me mention a message button.
Yeah.
I have message apparel. I have on,
Mhm.
this is a custom one of a kind through my other
Okay.
business, but the message is unapologetic on purpose. But this
Uh-huh.
is through my other business I have.
Okay.
But um, but I have message apparel, so it'll be something similar to this as
Right.
well. Um, that's like I said, shop.tanyajmiller.com. And
Mhm.
so if you sign up at bit.ly, all caps, join
Mhm.
fam, and become a part of my fam, then
Yes.
you get the benefits, you get 20% off
Look
your
at
first
that.
order. So hey, you might want to, but if not, I won't be offended. I'm
Mhm.
also on Amazon. I'm on Amazon, y'all. I'm on Barnes and
And
Noble, and on
you hear that?
Amazon, the books are on there in
Mhm.
print, digital, and audio. Because I'm audio girl. I love audiobooks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the journals are there only in print. I also
Mhm.
have online classes on life and leadership. That's at
Okay. Okay. Y'all
school.tanyajmiller.com.
better go get her things. So
I
sh-
mean, the way I tell people, all of what I do, it still goes back to the four pillars of my brand: purpose,
mhm.
passion, vision, and destiny. Help me to figure out how to fit the puzzle piece of life together. Help you to do
Right.
life and leadership unapologetically on purpose. It
Mhm.
all goes back to that. But I tell
Right.
people, you know, I I may be able to hit you and I get my message across to you with a
Mhm.
message sheet.
Right.
Or you may get something out of just reading my books, or you may
Mhm.
want me to come speak, or you may want me. I'm gonna hit you different ways because at the end of the day, I want to make sure you do life.
There
So
it
I'm
is.
gonna get you to whatever way I can get you. I'm gonna
There it
get you.
is.
So
There
that's
it is.
why I'm
Mhm.
coming at you different ways with the same message at the core.
Right.
And lastly, Talk with Tanya there is on all the media outlets. There's a mixtape. Tanya's not a rapper. No, she's
Okay.
not. No, no,
Okay.
no.
Uh-huh.
But it's over a dope beat. Some of the messages of motivation,
Uh-huh.
inspiration, and encouragement that I've done. So you feel
Okay.
free, check it out. You can
Check it
download it
out.
and stream it. Talk with Tanya mixtape volume one. It's
Listen
on
to
all
her
digital
thing.
outlets.
Yes. So all of her
Hey y'all.
information is going to be in the show notes. So if you're watching the video, click that stuff at the bottom and you know, at the bottom. Make sure you click it because all of her information will be there. Follow, like, subscribe, purchase, uh, review, because I know there's a
Yeah,
place where you can
comment.
review,
Yeah.
comment,
Yeah, that help
engage,
us out,
because
y'all.
yeah,
Yeah.
help us out. Like that's how we get our content to you. We get more content to you when you help us out. And it's
Yeah.
just by little things. Like if you subscribe, that builds our numbers up. So make sure you go do all of that. Like, subscribe, get her stuff, get the discount code. Come on, y'all. Get a discount. Y'all know we need discounts, and y'all know y'all like discounts. So go ahead and get the discount so you can get. I want that shirt she got on, by the way, because that's cute. But but yeah, so get the discount so you can get her message her message apparel, and be cute and live on purpose. Mm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Well, thank you so much once again. I appreciate you for being on the show. You could come back anytime now, girl. You could just
A
email me and be like,
family.
"Hey, I got something
All
coming out. Can
right.
I be on your show?" I mean,
That's
who
what's
knows when we
up.
going back anywhere? And I record from home. I set this
I'm
up. So,
dead.
girl,
She said
whenever
we
you
gonna
want to
be
do some,
we on
just
our
let
way
me
coming
know.
back.
Right? Just let me know. We can we can hook up another episode.
Absolutely. I am
So
down
just
for
let
it.
me
I
know.
am.
All right, good.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So make sure you go. Also, go to Confessions from a Red Couch. You could get everything on there. For some reason, my camera is freezing up, but that's okay. But go to Confessions from a Red Couch. You can get all the podcast episodes and read the blog. And then I will probably on my website I will have a page for her stuff because, like I said, I want you to go to her stuff. So I'm gonna make sure she has like a link page, her own page, so you could go and click on her things and like her things and like one stop shop. Because I want,
Oh, thank
girl,
you.
like I'm here to build other people up. So thank you so much for being on. And like I said, you can come back anytime. And everybody else, talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye y'all.